Hello, drivers. Welcome back to the channel. Looking back at my 20s, it was a mix of good, not so good, rewarding, and sometimes disappointing experiences full of lessons, especially when it came to money. I made some big mistakes, and this cost me time. It gave me a lot of stress and probably cost me hundreds of thousands of naira too. Today, I'm going to be pulling back the curtain on my biggest financial blunders from my 20s so that you can learn from it and avoid the same pitfalls. Trust me, you'll definitely want to hear this. Let's kick things off with my first major mistake. That is not budgeting and living paycheck to paycheck. In my early 20s, I thought I was doing okay. You know, money came in, money went out, I made money, I spent money. I never truly knew where it was going. And by the end of the month, I was thinking, cracking my brain, trying to find out where did all my money go. I was always scraping by, and this gave me a lot of anxiety. I believed myself to be a very prudent person. So why don't I have anything left? It was a very bewildering experience and very anxious situation. And at the end of the day, I realized I was in a constant cycle of stress. I just couldn't figure out why I never had any savings at the end of the month. The hard lesson that I learned from this is the absolute importance of a budget. If you want to take financial control of your money, you cannot do without a budget. It's like the basic, the foundation of your journey towards financial freedom. Without budgeting, you cannot track your expenses. Without budgeting, you cannot save. And if you cannot do all that, then you can as well kiss financial freedom goodbye. It's not going to be possible. So the first thing that I learned is that budgeting is very important, very essential if I wanted to take financial control. And budgeting is not about restriction. It's simply about control, controlling your money. When it before it even comes in, you already have a plan. When it comes in, you already know where your money is going to. It's about telling your money where to go to, not wondering where it went to at the end of the month. So you need to know your cash flow, what comes in, what is going out, so you can make informed decisions concerning your finances. Start very simple. You can use a spreadsheet, you can use a notebook, you can use a free app. I use a free app for my budgeting and expense tracking. So just start very simple. You don't need to, it doesn't have to be a very hard thing. Track your income, track your expenses for 1 month, and then once you see the numbers, you can start telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went to at the end of the month. This is the foundation for financial control. Without it, you can't take control of your finances. So if you have struggled with budgeting and saving for so long, and you've tried all you can, but you still can't get a grip of the budgeting habit, I have a perfect solution for you. I've prepared an ebook on budgeting and saving for you, and this is something that I have tried myself. This is something that I have tried with my clients who came to me struggling with their finances, and it works perfectly. It has simple tasks, it has trackers, it has worksheets that you can work very simple. And I promise you, as soon as you get it and put into practice all that is in it, you can definitely get a grab of your budget. So grab a copy. The link will be in the description box, and start off on your budgeting habit. My second regret, and this one stings when I think about the lost opportunities. My second regret is delaying investing and missing out on compound interest. This one is a really painful one, especially now that I understand the power of compounding. In my 20s, I always told myself I'm too young to invest. Maybe when I get married and start having kids, maybe then I can start investing. After all, the Bible says the righteous leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So I believed as a single person, I didn't really need to bother myself about budgeting, about investing. So this is one of the regrets I have from my 20s. I should have started investing earlier, and compound interest would have worked so much more in my favor. I In my 20s, I felt I was too young to invest. I felt I don't have enough money to start investing. I pushed it up to later, maybe when I get married and start having children. So this is one mistake that it really stings when I think of it right now. So those years of procrastination cost me a lot, probably tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of naira, because I missed out on the incredible power of compounding interest. And if you are dealing with this right now, the fix is very simple. Just start. You can start investing with as little as 5,000 naira monthly, with as little as $10, £10, depending on what currency you're working with. Even small amounts consistently can make a huge difference over time. So start investing with very, very little. If you are trying to wait for the perfect time when you have so much, you will never get to start your investing journey. So start with very, very simple and little amounts that you can afford right now in the moment. Set up automatic investments into low cost index funds or ETFs, money market mutual funds. I understand. Some of you may be saying, "Oh, as a 9 to 5, you don't have the time to invest, to gain the knowledge, to know which individual stocks will pop up and give you a lot of gains." You don't need to. If you don't have that time, you don't need to waste time trying to wait for the perfect time to invest. So I advise that just start with an index fund, with ETFs. They are your best bet as a 9 to 5. You don't need to be a stock market guru to start your investment journey. The key is consistency and time. So the sooner you start, the more your money can grow on itself. And try not to make the same mistake I made. Stop procrastinating when it comes to investing. Procrastination will steal your future wealth. The earlier you start your investing journey, the better for you. On to mistake number 3, not having an emergency fund. Oh boy. This was a huge source of stress for me. When unexpected things happened, like a car repair, a surprise medical bill, or a period of unemployment, it felt like a complete disaster because I had no safety net. When an emergency popped up, I had nothing to fall back on. I had no financial shield because an emergency fund is your financial shield. Life will always throw curveballs at you, but your emergency fund is your shield. Once you have your emergency fund, like we say in Nigeria, Odeshi, you are protected. You have your safety net because you have an emergency fund. So back then in my 20s, I had no emergency fund, and it really, really told on my peace of. I had no peace of mind when an unexpected bill or expense cropped up. Oh my God, I was an anxious mess. The anxiety was unbearable, and I would scramble desperately whenever an emergency came knocking. For this one, the solution is non-negotiable, and the solution is simply to build an emergency fund. The general advice is to aim for 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses saved up in a separate savings account, easily accessible. However, based on personal experience and the experience of some of the people I've worked with, I prefer a 6 to 12 months stash. And this is because of the effect of inflation. And life can be unpredictable. Situations that arise that you feel may take 3 to 6 months to resolve may take much longer than that to be resolved. So I prefer 6 to 12 months stash for your emergency fund. This money is not for fun, no. It's not for spending or getting the things that you want. It is for emergencies only. It is your financial shield when an emergency pops up. This emergency fund, it provides incredible peace of mind, and it prevents life's inevitable curveballs from completely derailing your finances. So start small, automate the debit for it, save consistently, and make it a top priority. My fourth money mistake in my 20s is not negotiating my salary or just taking the first offer. I was often just thrilled to get a job offer, especially when I had, some spells in between when I didn't have any job. So immediately I had a job pop up. The first offer that I got, I would just grab it immediately. And this led to undervaluing my skills and being afraid to ask for more. Then, when I later discovered someone else earning much more for the same position and for the same job description, I would feel disappointed in myself for not pushing for a better offer from the onset. It was a regret. Why didn't I ask for more when I got the job offer? And eventually, gradually, over time, I discovered that this left a significant, dent on my earning potential over the years. And because I left so much money on the table. So the lesson I learned here is to always research market rates for your role and for the location before you accept an offer. Understand your worth, understand the value you're bringing to the table. Practice negotiation. It's a skill. You need to learn how to negotiate. There is no area of life where you don't need negotiating skills. You need to build that skill. So build that skill. Don't be afraid to ask for what you deserve. Don't be afraid to ask for what you think is the value of the worth you're offering for that job. Even a few extra thousands can go a long way in your starting salary on maybe 1,000 more, 2,000 more. It will go a long way eventually in your earning capacity. So negotiate, be confident in your value. Don't be so don't be so excited that you jump at the first offer. Negotiate for no matter how little extra, always negotiate. It will pay off in the long run over your career. And then mistake number 5. This is not a personal mistake, but it's something that I've seen a lot of people. It's a mistake I've seen a lot of people make, and it pains me when I see them make this mistake. And this mistake is accumulating credit card debts. Accumulating credit card debts for wants. For wants. Taking on seemingly harmless debts. Oh, I know how tempting that plastic card is. I can always get whatever I want and I can pay it back later. Buy now, pay back later. Store cards, quick loans. People tell themselves that they'll pay it off very fast. But instead, what happens in reality is that the interest piles up. You use credit cards for everything: spontaneous travels, new clothes, new shoes, eating out with friends, thinking, oh, I'll just pay it back next month. It's not a big deal. But that next month rarely comes. And the high interest rates start piling up. It spirals out of control because before you know it, you are drowning in credit. And that debt is for something that you can't even remember, or you now know that you really didn't need back then. Maybe you could have done without it. So the lesson here is that credit cards are powerful tools, but they are not free money. Keep that at the back of your mind. No, scratch that. Keep it top of mind. Credit card is a powerful tool, but it is not free money. Understand the true costs of interest. If you can't pay it in full, don't take it. If you can't pay off your balance in full every single month, you are essentially paying significantly more for whatever you use your credit card to buy. So prioritize paying off high interest debt aggressively. don't be slow about paying off high interest debt, especially when it comes to credit card debt. Pay it off. Be aggressive with paying it off. The quicker you can pay it off, the better for you. The fastest way to financial freedom is to get rid of that high interest rates. It's a big burden, and the quicker you can pay it off, the better for you. So use credit cards for convenience and for rewards, but treat them like a debit card. Yes, like a debit card. Only spend what you already have. That way, you can easily pay off your credit card debts. So, those are the biggest mistakes that I made in my 20s. Tell me, what is the biggest money mistake that you have learned from, either in your 20s or beyond? Share your thoughts in the comments to help others avoid the same pitfalls. And if you found this candid walk down memory lane very helpful, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more real talk money advice. And make sure to click on the ring for a notification so that you don't miss on my future videos. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.